Hi, this is Joseph Williams, son of John Williams, and you are watching the Nerf Herder Council.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Nerf Herder Council. I am your host, JT. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. As usual, we are brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. And you can get your own customizable Nerf Herder Council swag at shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. We are live on all of our platforms every other Wednesday at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With me, as always, are my intrepid co-hosts, AJ and Steve. What is going on, guys? How's it going?
Cheers, everybody.
What are we drinking tonight, AJ?
Oh, it's my buddy Evan and, some Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Ah, your buddy Evan.
After my last 4 years of employment, as the NFL likes to say, I've compromised enough.
You're a shill.
Fair enough.
All right, Steve, what are you drinking?
I have water. I'm a heavy drinker.
Yeah,
he saves his fun for the Friday night streams.
Yeah, Steve gets hammered for the Fridays. Yep. So, look at this, Joseph Wren. You know Evan? Evan is the man. Apparently, Joe is familiar with our friend Evan as well. So,
bottled in bond.
Yeah. Yes. All right. So, real quick before we get into the topic, AJ, what is your hoodie, man? What is that?
Amazon Essentials, actually. Amazon has a badass Star Wars comics hoodie. So you see, it's just an all-over print, the whole stupid thing.
That thing is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Man, oh, man.
So, yeah. Well worth it. 20 bucks, 25 bucks, something like that.
20 or 25 bucks? Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
I just found an Anthrax hoodie I want, and it's 95.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, boy. Wow. All right, so that's cool. I don't have anything nearly like I'm just rocking my Mammoth WVH t-shirt tonight. Going a little rock and roll. There you go. Steve's wearing all black.
Myself some apparel on shop.nerfherdercouncil.com soon.
Do we have any logos left, or have they all been banned now?
I don't know. I might have to do new artwork by default.
Exactly. All right, so
we're just gonna have to start stealing non-Star Wars like logos and stuff. Just like make a Nerf Herder Council like look like a Metallica logo or something.
Just like, right. All right, so I decided for this episode we're going to look up stupid Star Wars news. There wasn't a ton that we haven't already discussed. I have 3 of them. The third one's kind of like a guessing game. It's kind of like a discussion. We'll say. I had an article that was kind of thought-provoking, so I threw that one in the can. So I'm going to start out with this one, and AJ, you may be familiar with this, but I don't think you are, because if you were, you would have mentioned it to me. You asked what our background is tonight and what the hell it means, and I would drop everybody out to show everyone, but we'll just leave it as is. So this
right now it just looks like the two of you are on the bodies of whatever they are.
Yeah, we're flying.
All right, well, if you're afraid, I'm not, so I'm going to do this. Let's see if this works.
All right, give us a second. Well, it's going to suck for the audio version. But no, it
didn't work. Never mind.
Yeah, good. So,
God, right. Now it's all gone.
Yeah. All right. So the title of
everything's on fire. Everything's on fire.
Yes.
The title is fine.
Good Lord, let me talk, you assholes.
No.
Jesus Christ. All right. Lucasfilm executive weighs in on controversial new Star Wars character. Alrighty, so here we go. When the Star Wars The High Republic Multimedia Initiative officially launched in February 2021, Star Wars fans knew they were in for a number of new characters. In fact, Master Yoda is the only familiar face in this untethered and unchained new era of the Star Wars story. Set during the golden age of the Jedi Order 200 years before the Skywalker saga prequel trilogy begins with Episode 1, the High Republic has introduced us to characters like Jedi Knight Keeve Trennis, 15-year-old Jedi Knight Vernestra Vern Arwo, and Wookiee Padawan Buryaga and the villainous Nile. So there's some new characters for you. Here we go. One character nobody was expecting, though, is Geode. That's right. The character's name is Geode, a literal rock with sentient properties.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's literally a rock, and for some reason my camera shut off.
So it's not something cool like Korg?
It is.
No,
it is,
it's a literal rock.
Yeah. It's a sentient rock.
Hey,
I want to picture it as Korg now.
No.
I'm a Jedi. I'm no harm to you unless you're a pair of scissors. Is it a rock, paper, scissors joke?
So I hate to drop an F-bomb because we try not to do that, but I'm literally a fucking rock. We've made jokes on this show about force cows, force trees, and now they have officially jumped the shark, and we don't have to make fun of it anymore. They have a frickin' force-sensitive or sentient rock.
AJ,
I want to know.
I don't know how to. I can't share screen, so I just put a link to the picture in the private chat for you.
I want to know where they come up with this idea that this is in any way, shape, or form something that fans want to see.
How the hell is this even considered like a thing? It's just a rock. It's literally a rock.
Yeah.
With
I
a
was
little bit
expecting
of
there to be
cell
like some
shading.
sort of design to it, but
Let me see if dude, can you believe this? I mean, how do they possibly
I mean,
explain this?
It's a damn fine looking rock, I guess.
I think someone took Yoda's Empire Strikes Back line way too literally. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean,
I like how it
just
says concept art at the top. Like
it
the
ain't
rock,
concept art.
The rock might change its shape. Okay.
Look at this. Look at this thing. I pulled it up on the screen. It's a frickin' rock. And it's not concept art. Like if anything, this one looks at least a little more like it would be alive. The other ones look like frickin' like just monoliths, like a tombstone or something.
And this is not its first appearance in Star Wars.
I can't even believe this crap.
It's a reoccurring character.
See, now they have to off the character at some point, because if they don't, I'm just going to pretend that every rock we ever see might be this guy. It's like a Jedi in plain sight.
Chewie just skips the bastard across a lake, and they're like, "Whoa, that was Geode, man!"
Yeah, how many different ways could you disrespect Geode? You could skip him across a lake. You could use him to prop up the foundation of your house. What other good uses could there be for Geode?
If there's a problem with the Falcon, you could just like park it on top of it so it sits straight.
Yeah, ballast. Exactly. Geode. It could be ballast.
I think the entire Jedi Order was hazing this guy the whole time, because what did we always hear the Force is good for? Lifting rocks.
he just keeps going up and down.
Ray, what if Ray is just fucking with this guy all through the sequel trilogy?
Or he's sitting in a council meeting and he's up and down, like, cut it out. Cut it out. Hey, cut it out. Cut it out.
JT, did you scroll further down the
I did not.
Scroll a little further down till you find the picture of a certain person with a rock in the photo.
Oh no. Let me see. Hold on.
It's two pictures down.
I just don't even know why they had to do concept art
of
a rock.
Yep. Yeah, of course.
Like,
the
final version of this rock may change. Like, what?
Exactly. Kale McLeish, what's up, man? He says that kind of looks like the rock Grogu sits on. Okay, like so. But if he's force sensitive, wouldn't he be telling him to get off of him? Like, how does Grogu fight? How can he not be like a dark Jedi or a Sith or something? Because he's got no arms, legs, nothing. Like, if he's getting attacked, all he can do is force choke people. or slowly tip himself over and smush people.
Yeah.
Like is that his move? Like it's
you
like
said,
somebody's sitting here, he's like,
Yep. Like you said,
Like-
it's a monolith, so it's just like it just falls over like a 2x4.
yeah, what is that? Like
The dude clearly went legend at some point because Joe Yauza was singing about him in Return of the Jedi. I mean, Jedi rocks.
Yeah.
It's right there in the title.
That's true.
maybe that's what those lyrics are about. They're actually about sentient rocks, and we just never knew it.
That would be great.
We actually never knew it. Yep. Joe, he says, can Master Yoda lift the rocks, or did Geode lift himself?
Oh man, plot hole.
There it is.
The Jedi have been fucking with us since the beginning. The rocks are making themselves float.
Yeah.
It's smoke and mirrors.
What if he's like the original
that's
Jedi?
why-
Because rocks are formed over like millennia. So I mean, screw Yoda being 900 years old. Geode has got to be the oldest Jedi. Period.
Yeah,
It's right.
that's why Luke was protecting the sacred text so bad. There's literally no Jedi order. The rocks are floating themselves.
How is this supposed to be like
It's
scary in any way? Like his worst enemy is gravity. Like the
Jedi
passage of
have
time.
the Jedi have been nothing
Curse
but
you,
parlor
erosion.
tricks.
Yeah. Exactly.
The Jedi are
Darth
nothing more
Rojan,
than,
the original villain.
the Jedi are nothing more than like bar tricks for free drinks.
Right. So there's some Twitter people that weighed in. Twitter username Noah said, finally caught up with the High Republic adventures, and this is seriously one of my favorite Star Wars comics ever. Also, Court and Geode being BFFs is something I never knew I needed until now. No, we still don't need that. No.
We should literally just take any picture we find from Star Wars and Photoshop a rock into it.
This is just crazy.
He's been here since the beginning.
Look, it's like, okay, Phil Sostak, he's Lucasfilm's creative arts manager. He says, love me some Geode. The Kyber crystals, which power lightsabers and Imperial First Order Sith super weapons, are also living rocks, minerals technically, of the Star Wars universe, don't you know? That's totally different. They didn't come out and say that they're sentient. They didn't come out and say, okay, well, these things are alive. It's just they have powers. It's they're not bouncing around like Mexican
Star
jumping
Laser
beans.
was
Like
the biggest asshole in the galaxy, basically.
yeah,
You know what I want to be? A super laser.
yeah. Hux in the First Order didn't actually fire it. They're like, let's pump the brakes. This is a lot of damage. We should make sure there's no strategic advantage to holding off. And the laser's like, F you, I'm shooting.
You go back to episode 9, instead of planting all the thermal detonators everywhere, Han and Chewie just start throwing rocks at the inside of Starkiller base.
They're hoping that they're force sensitive.
You just hear the rock dink and donking down the damn thing like a fucking Plinko chip.
The stormtroopers are aiming at him. All of a sudden, they keep lobbing rocks, and the stormtroopers kind of like lower their blasters and just sit there looking at him, and they're just like chucking these like fucking stones, like plink 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 plink. Come on, use the force, and they're just like chucking this pile of stones at him. Like,
Hey, you know what? The Ewoks were rather effective, and they were launching rocks. So
now we
Fair
figure.
point.
Now we know how the Ewoks defeated the Empire. They were
Yeah.
sentient rocks.
there's
It all ties in.
exactly.
It all ties in. They're sentient rocks. That's how this works.
Rey was probably
Yeah.
a pretty crap Jedi too. All that stuff at the end of Last Jedi and the beginning of Rise of Skywalker, that was all her Jedi friends in disguise, just helping her out, making her feel good. She puts her
Right.
hand up to like save everybody, and they're like, "Okay, guys, now's our chance. Ready?"
I seriously saw this and I was like, yeah, this is definitely show fodder. What the F is this? So,
Dude,
all right.
Where
So
do you-
I had.
Where do you think this even came from? You think like somebody just ran out of ideas and they called George for like some type of idea, and George is like not having any of it that day, and he's like, put a goddamn rock in it, I don't care. and they were just like, yes sir, we'll get the storyboard artist on it right away.
I don't. Who says yes to that? Like that idea comes up, and then somebody's like, you know what? That's a good idea. We should definitely do that.
I cannot get enough of that concept art picture. The fact that there is a man that put his signature and his looks like his Twitter handle in the bottom right corner to be like, yeah, I drew that shit.
Look what I can do. Sir, you're fired.
Hey, I've been commissioned to do art for Star Wars. Word, what have you done? And he pulls out his portfolio, and it's a picture of a rock. All right, seriously, quit fucking with me. What have you drawn for Star Wars, Matt?
No, we're being serious now. We're being serious now. All right, let's see if this one will share. I've got another one. Let's see if I can pull this one up here. I've never done an actual like video screen before, so let's see if this is working. All right. I don't think that. Oh, there a little bit. All right. So it's going. It's a GIF, so it's probably going to be a pain in the ass. Is it moving at all for you guys? Because it's not moving for me.
Yeah, I see it.
It's a little. Junky,
I have seen this episode.
So this is from Visions, and people are calling it the Parasol lightsaber.
The Parasol of Doom.
Yes. So now, not only do we have like the helicopter thing from Rebels, but now we've got the Parasol.
You know what?
So
honestly, as ridiculous as that is, that first episode of Visions that came from was probably my favorite one.
Well, that's what they're.
You take that little snippet out of it, and that one was a really cool episode.
Well, that's what they're saying.
This might be a first. Steve might have seen a bit of Star Wars before we have, JT.
I think
I saw the first
episode,
first. And I have not watched any more Visions than that. So if
I've
you
watched
even,
I'm 3 episodes in and I quit. And there's a kitty on the screen now.
Bubba's making his bi-weekly appearance on the show.
He's in perfect meme cat territory, by the way. If you just had like a treat behind the camera, so you could just go up and be like,
right. Oh my Lord, he's such a butthead.
That first episode is actually really cool, and I didn't think too much of the Parasol of Doom because we had already seen that. We've already seen the helicopter guys with the Inquisitors, so I was just kind of like, it's on par with that. Yeah.
Well, they're saying that the episode itself is good, but people are really not liking this, you know.
If you want to talk about one annoying thing, AJ and I actually talked about this when we were testing Zoom last week. The good guy in that episode has a lightsaber and a sheath for it, like it's a katana. So as he's putting it away, he's like putting it away like a real sword into a sheath, and we're like, that's not how lightsabers work.
Right.
yeah.
Like, so if you really want to look at something, like I looked at that more crazy than I looked at the Parasol of Doom.
Well, one Twitter user says, I despise watching my favorite franchise just slip deeper under the waves of mediocrity. What made lightsabers cool was the actions of the wielder. A Jedi moving fast enough to block a weapon attack is a classic sword split arrow trope. You've turned them into a crutch. Kind of hard to disagree with that. Somebody else says, so we either watch Disney destroy Star Wars or see it turned into anime trash. I think I'm just done completely at this point. Another user says, what's next? A lightsaber yard rake, a lightsaber chainsaw, a lightsaber canoe paddle, a lightsaber leaf blower? Might as well.
I will say,
I want to know how Geode wields a lightsaber.
Again, there's no way he can defend himself.
Like all those things you were just saying, though, like the guys that are tweeting that, it's like, don't act like you haven't seen dumber shit in Star Wars.
Right. Look, here, someone trying to justify it. People complaining because a weapon on an anime short about a series about space samurais with laser swords and magic isn't realistic. Well, yeah, we get it. It's not realistic, but that doesn't mean that this isn't really stupid.
See,
I mean,
this is why you poo-pooed my idea about doing a show about canon, JT, and this is what kind of the stuff I wanted to get into. Not just like, did these events happen, but like, how far can you push the rules of the fictitious universe? Because yeah, this lightsaber stuff is getting goddamn ridiculous. And like, so you can play around with the characters all you want, but we know how lightsabers work, and this ain't that.
Hey, we found somebody. KXM Scary says, I am listener 23. Yes, he's going old school. He is 23. You can get your own I am listener 23 shirt at shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. I have 2 of them,
True,
actually.
they haven't taken that one down yet.
Yes, so you can get that one, KXM. It's nice to meet you. Now we got to find listener 24. That's the next one. So
now the shirt, great, good job, KXM. Now the shirt's obsolete. Thanks.
Joseph Wren says, well, George, the midichlorians didn't work. What else do you have? Well, did you know that there are Jedi rocks? George, what are you talking about? Well, the Force doesn't only apply to humanoids. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, let's see. Star Wars fans, when they do cool new things with lightsabers, instead of having the same exact glowing sword fights they've had for like 50 years now. Yeah, because they're cool. We don't need this thing to be a goddamn like parasol, umbrella, helicopter. We don't need that. Lightsabers and lightsaber fights are cool as is. So quit acting like you're hip because you're into these stupid new ideas, you jerk. Shut up.
You want to get even more annoyed?
I can also tell you really quick, AJ's not to cut you off, but if that person that said that had watched the episode, they would have known that immediately after flying in on that thing, she fights with a single-bladed lightsaber anyways. So it's not like she's using the thing. So like it turns into a really cool lightsaber regular lightsaber battle. So
real quick, I have 2 comments. First of all, KXM says he has the shirt. He officially is. He officially is
shirt.
listener 23. Yeah, holy shirt. Nice
shirt,
work,
AJ.
KXM.
Pull the
Awesome.
shirt.
And my second comment is,
Okay,
Steve,
Pixar didn't happen.
Steve,
You gotta tweet
what
that at
the
us.
hell? We've done so many episodes going, we need to watch this to talk about it. We get to the show, I didn't watch it. Now there's some dumb show we said we don't give a crap about. And you're like, well, I watched it, and it was, not too. What the hell kind of backwards ass shit is that?
Because it looked cool. And the rest of the stuff we've been talking about didn't.
Love of God, man. Shoot.
I mean, if you have if you do not like anime in the least bit, this isn't for you. But I've watched enough that I'm like, I'll give it a shot. Yeah, like the first one was cool. The second episode of Visions actually sucks, and that's the one that's like kind of about the rock band and stuff. Not the rock from our first story.
Geode has a band.
Yeah, but like an actual.
This gets better and better.
It's like the second episode is really stupid. I cannot even defend that one. It like somebody that's a hut is playing in a rock band or something. I don't even know let me see if I can find a stupid. It's called Tatooine Rhapsody for one, so that just tells you right there that it's.
See, look at these other. Okay, here's some more comments on the parasol lightsaber. Look at these people trying to be cool. Star Wars fans get something that actually looks good for once, and they whine about how it's unrealistic in a world of goofy-ass spaceships, cartoon villains that fire electric from their hands, and Jar Jar Binks. Well, let me tell you something, at @a_cod_fish. If you think,
something, brother.
Yeah, yeah. If you think that a parasol lightsaber is cooler than Emperor Palpatine and the Millennium Falcon, you're a fucking jerk, okay? And you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. So shut up to you too. This is a crap idea. We should have just spent the whole episode on this. Good Lord.
We're going to.
No, I have something after this. Yeah.
Anyway, the second episode, a Jedi Padawan named Jay, they thought that one through really well. flees through corridors of a factory, falls off a railing. He falls, he knocks himself out, finds that he's fallen into a vehicle with a Hutt named Geezer. And then later, Jay becomes part of Geezer's music band called Star Waver.
Were the other Hutts named Tony, Bill, and Ozzy?
Right? Yeah, right. And they're getting chased by Boba Fett during the whole episode. It's really, really bad. Like, it just is. But then the first episode was kind of cool, and the fact that it was 10 minutes long, it's like that's kind of where it's cool, honestly. Like,
see,
the story lightweight doesn't make sense, but the fact that you don't have to invest hours of your life into it, that it's only 10 minutes, you can kind of live with what you saw on the screen.
Yeah, but we're talking about the stupid lightsaber and the a-holes trying to defend it.
Right. The parasol's stupid. The rest
Yes.
of the episode is cool.
See, that's what
Okay,
they were
so
saying.
in the chat. In the chat, I put a GIF of the parasol doing its thing, but
Yeah,
to balance things out. Hey, you want to put that up on screen?
I can't.
If people are too lazy to like put it in the browser for themselves,
Yeah, I can't. So
fine. They deserve to work for it anyway. It's fine.
yes. Here's one guy
The
says.
second one is another clip from the same episode, though, to prove that it gets normal and looks really cool. So it could be worse. Like, at least it redeems itself.
All right, guys, I apologize. Today was supposed to be about goofy Star Wars news, and my two asshole co-hosts decided to keep bringing stuff up that's serious, so we're just going to go on a solo show for now because this has gotten a little ridiculous. I apologize. So until they can start being goofy, they will be in timeout. So there we go. Are you done now? Are you done being serious?
Well, if you want to talk about other goofy stuff, there was the Lego Halloween special that came out on Disney Plus.
Okay, but that's not goofy news, but you know. I see the third thing actually I need the third thing, speaking of goofy, moron, is I hold up two fingers for three. Yeah. I can't believe there's people actually defending this. But yeah, that's not really goofy news. Like, that's, you know. KXM said KXM, I opened it, it took all night. I can't
I don't understand people defending the parasol. I can defend the episode. I can't defend the parasol though.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
That's the second time we've seen Mary Poppins in Star Wars, and that's too many. So
yeah. All right, so let's move.
You got that as a weapon. Why do you like Steve said? He immediately drops it and then just starts fighting with a single bladed lightsaber. Like, if you've got that in your arsenal, why the hell are you going down to a single blade? Just mow through everybody. You've got like 7 lightsabers on a stick.
Because they drew it. It was in the can. Then they get to the part where it hits the ground. They realize it was a really unbelievably stupid idea. And they were like, let's just go back to the regular lightsaber. But they had already done all that other stuff, so they kept it.
But I like the more cynical idea that they drew it, and then they're like, wait a minute. This is really hard to animate. What if we just give them one?
We already know how to do that.
Right?
There's like an R2 unit with like one of those like straw drum cymbal looking hats.
The whole thing was pretty much feudal Japan cosplaying as Star Wars. It wasn't really like Star Wars with Japanese influence.
Yeah. Dude, Joseph Ryan has it right. Rebels Inquisitors had the spinning dual saber, and they quote unquote flew with it. The only difference is this one has a stick.
Right. This is actually more realistic. There's actual like stuff to rotate around like a helicopter blade.
They called it a beam splitter.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on to the third article
weird
here.
AF, but you know.
Let's move on to this third thing here, because I want to see what your
Third
opinion
thing,
is.
got it.
Yes. There might be a fourth. All right. So this is the dumbest line in every Star Wars movie.
Oh.
So I'm gonna read. So they have there's like a headline with a picture for each. It starts at episode 1 and goes all the way through to Rise of Skywalker, and there's like a header. Then there's a little explanation of why it's a dumb line. Like, so let's see if you guys can pick what line this is related to. So this is the Phantom Menace, and the header for this picture is, did they thank toasters for making toast too? So you have to see if you can guess. I actually got a lot of these right before I looked at what the quote was.
I'm gonna let Steve go first because this feels like a Trivial Pursuit sort of thing.
Oh no! So yeah, why would you put me on blast like that? Shit. No, I think you should just field that one.
Yeah.
It's got to be talking about the astromechs doing their job of fixing the ship because it deserves our gratitude.
You got it half right. Yeah. Padme, clean this. Yeah, Padme, clean this droid up as best you can. It deserves our gratitude. So there you go.
That's being super stupid critical, by the way.
Oh, I know.
You
yeah,
can't save all their asses. Just saying.
I mean, I can kind of understand it. It's like treating R2 like he's human, I suppose, is where he's going with it. But, I mean, one of the explanations says, so not only did the heroes give a robot a congratulatory audience with a monarch, albeit a fake one, when in the rest of the films, droids are kicked out of bars and abruptly have their memories wiped, but the decoy queen orders the actual queen to give it a bath? Seriously? How does Padme not turn around and slap her lookalike upside the head? She's supposed to be protecting Padme from assassins, not pranking her by making her clean mobile wastebaskets.
I think that was it, actually.
Yeah, pretty much.
You handmaiden's like, you know what? I get to do whatever I want.
You treat me like crap. Hey, it's Chris Filla. What's up, man? How's it going? Good to see you, buddy.
You give the droid a sponge bath.
Yeah, right. All right, so
R2's just like.
It is a weird middle ground, though. Like, they send out like 6 of these little guys to their doom, basically, and then like one comes back. They're like, "Oh, we should really be thankful to this guy." Like,
well, originally I was thinking, I wonder if we could come up with a dumber line than that for each movie, but it's like that would take way too long. So, just figured I'd bring
there
this
are
up
some dumb ones. There are some really dumb ones. Yeah.
Yeah. So moving on to episode 2, the header above this picture. This should really be no surprise, although this movie could be filled with a ton of these. Be quiet about the sand. Yeah. So do we even need to guess which line that is, or can we just move to the?
Really.
So it says there are likely
chorus and it gets everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. The description says there are likely no more
What
hated
if it's
and
a bunch of Geode's children?
As we said, the passage of time and gravity.
That's why it gets everywhere. It levitates itself away with the Force.
See, now you're thinking.
All sand are Jedi.
That's every beach in Star Wars is actually like billions of Jedi. All right, there are likely no more.
I'm sorry. In Rogue One, they're on the beach fighting, and you just hear millions upon millions of screams.
That was what Obi-Wan heard when Alderaan got blown up. It wasn't the people; it was the sand.
It was all the beaches.
Joseph Wren, you 3 comb the desert.
It sounds really perverse now.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, let's get to this explanation here. So, there are likely no more hated and thoroughly mocked words in all of Attack of the Clones, perhaps in the entire Skywalker saga, than Anakin Skywalker's creepy lines about sand. After Padme tells her Jedi suitor about how she and her classmates used to swim to a nearby island, lie in the sand, and try to guess the names of the birds, Anakin tells her, "I don't like sand." Romantic. He continues, it's coarse and rough and irritating. It gets everywhere. Not like here. Here everything is soft and smooth. If there's anything left in your stomach after he delivers the first couple of sickening sentences, then it's during this last line that Anakin begins caressing Padme in a way that will almost certainly purge it completely. Yeah. So I think that one goes without saying. This next one I do not agree with. So above this picture for episode 3, it says, "From our point of view, this line makes no sense." Can you guess which line they are referring to? Hey, love you too, Chris Filla, man. Let us know if The Witcher's any good.
Damn. It's got to be something around the birth scene.
Yeah, What was it again?
just-
I was too busy sending Anakin sand memes in our private chat. So
Yeah.
I missed.
So, well, listen to the headline. From our point of view, this line makes no sense. It's right there. From my
Yes.
point of view, the Jedi are evil. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I-
yeah.
Crap.
Okay.
I think there are dumber lines by far. But he goes on to
easily.
say,
The response: only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That- well, no,
The
that's
Sith uses an absolute to say that only the Sith use absolutes.
yeah, and that's not the retort to that one, but it is earlier in the scene. But I get where you're going. You got to rewatch
It's about
episode
time
3,
for
man.
a prequel rewatch. By the way, when's the last time you guys watched the prequels?
I was
Any of them?
actually just about to say that we should rewatch this stuff, man. It's been a while.
Hey.
I do go
Nerf
back to
Herder
them quite a
Council
bit.
watch party. Let's make
Yeah.
it happen.
But so the
Who
guy
really good at
says,
those?
yeah, the guy says, picture it. You've just murdered a whole bunch of people. You almost murdered your romantic partner. You've just forsworn everything you dedicated your life to, and you're currently battling your former mentor over a river of lava. That man calls your new master, the man for whom you've thrown away everything that made your life worth living, evil, and you reply like a fifth grader's response to an in-class writing prompt? No, that's not how emotions work.
That's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily goofy, but it's interesting to see if we agree if that's the dumbest line. I think Steve
This
will agree.
dialogue in general is like super campy. Like it's always super
Yeah.
campy on purpose. So
Yeah.
it's almost unfair to be picking out bad lines.
Well, and especially in the prequels, like Episode 2. I mean, that was just, God, the love scenes, like, and I mean,
Yeah.
seriously, like, and in Episode 3, wouldn't you take the dumb stuff? Like, and Episode 3 is my favorite Star Wars movie. Don't get me wrong, but wouldn't you take the dumb stuff on the balcony, like you are so beautiful. It's only because I'm so in love. No, it's because I'm so in love with you. Then love has blinded
Did love
you.
has blinded
Well,
you? Yeah.
Yeah, like
God.
what the hell? What the hell are you saying? Like, what is that? I still can't figure that out. Like, huh? Just good Lord. Like,
Dude, George,
You know-
George was in his feelings when he wrote that one, I guess. I don't
Right?
know.
he really was.
Jesus.
It's
You know,
like
I watched a YouTube video that actually like defends that stuff by saying like it's the cringiness of the bad parts that make the good lines land all the more. Because you come to expect so little of the dialogue that when it actually pays off, you're like, "Oh, that was
Yeah.
good."
Yeah. Whoa.
All
right.
We talk a lot of pro wrestling on this podcast still. AJ just named like the entire 2000s of WCW.
Pretty much. Pretty
Like-
much.
Like that was 1 hour and 50 minutes of Monday Nitro for the last 10.
All right, let's get to Solo here. And I think, Steve, you'll
Oh.
definitely agree with this one. So this should be easy enough. Over this picture of Solo, the headline is, seriously, that's how he got his name?
Oh god.
So I'd say that one's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Um,
Dude, I honestly felt exactly the same way when it got to that point of the movie, and it's like, really? That's where we like all these years
Yeah.
of Han Solo, and like that's the story you give us? Like that's
Yeah.
it? Like could
Well,
you
Yeah,
have
that'd be like
spent-
if in
could
Man
you
of
have
Steel they explain like the Superman S as well. His last name on Krypton was Smith. So
like when they came up with how Han got his last name,
what's
It's like-
Superman's?
it's like they spent 9 minutes in that meeting and then they went to lunch and then said F it. The rest like could you have at least acted like you put effort into where that came from?
Yeah, seriously. It's like AJ said, like Superman S is Smith, like you are Kal-El Smith. Like, it's like, yeah, so like I don't have a big problem with it necessarily. I mean, I was just like, okay, that's an interesting way of doing it. But the guy, like, this guy gets kind of literal. He says, and so the iconic name is born, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. On one hand, in a military as massive as the Empire's, with recruits from so many worlds, you have to assume Han is hardly the first one to sign up without a last name. Wouldn't the Empire already have some kind of standard operating procedure in place in those cases? Does that mean that there are thousands of other people around the galaxy with the last name Solo now? Kind of like how so-called bastards in Game of Thrones from the North all have the last name Snow?
right. I like this idea. Now there's probably like a John Solo, a Brad Solo, and like the list
Finn
goes on,
Solo.
right? Like there's just solos everywhere.
That's how they could do like sequels to Solo. They'll just make it just like Solo 2 is about like Joe Solo. So
Right.
Solo 3 is about Samarian Solo, like, like see, okay.
Han gets an intergalactic email to go to a family reunion. It's just a shitload of Tusken Raiders.
Oh, this didn't work out. See, Joseph Friend, he nails it. What if they misread his name and it was supposed to be Hans Olo? I'm not kidding. My ex-fiance thought that was his name. We had a conversation once, and she's like, "Who's your favorite character? Hans Olo?" I'm like,
Now I know why you didn't marry her.
"Yeah." I was like, "Excuse me," and I was like, "Yeah." He came up on screen. She's like, "That's your favorite character, Hans Olo?" I'm like, "Han Solo," and she starts laughing, ha ha ha. And then the Emperor comes on the screen like an hour later, and she goes, "Is that the guy who strikes back?" And I'm like, "It's the Empire Strikes Back, not the Emperor Strikes Back." I thought I was gonna lose my mind.
Oh,
I'm
God,
not saying
why
Jameer
why
Rice was
can't I
justified,
share-
but that's coming pretty close.
Why
It's
can't
so
I share
bad.
my screen? Like, just Google image search Hans Olo and look at the first picture that pops up.
Do I really want to do this?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Oh my
This is gonna
God.
make a terrible audio episode. We can
It
just
really-
keep sharing pictures.
It really does, man.
Dude, he's just
Oh.
got a giant Stein.
How do I get this damn thing to be full screen? Oh well. It's so bad. Anyway, so all right, let's go on to Rogue One. So there's a picture, and the headline is "Vader and puns don't make for a great mix."
Oh God, that's easy.
Yeah. Steve, you know that one, obviously.
Not to choke on your aspirations, director.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the worst line in the galaxy, but it's a little too punny. This is Darth freaking Vader. Darth Vader isn't Arnold Schwarzenegger about to kill the main villain. He doesn't do puns. I mean, I guess if you're forced to pick one from...
my Bacta tank. I have to split.
Yeah.
And as he walks away,
No.
he just does that little flip with his cape like he's
Right.
fucking Dracula or something.
But if he was Schwarzenegger, he'd be, "I'll be back to."
Oh God! Oh, dude, I'm punting you for that one. Get the hell out of here. Seriously, you're in timeout. That's it. No, I need a minute. That's garbage. Oh my God, is that hot garbage?
Oh, when that one came to my mind, I was like, I got to get that one in there.
Oh,
That was-
jeez.
You know how we do on this show. The lowest hanging fruit comes
Yes.
out all the time. So
Yes, that was definitely lowest hanging fruit.
That was a ton of fun.
and AJ's gone.
Yeah, here goes AJ. Oh my Lord. So stupid. All right, so episode 4.
Sorry, that was a Hoth take.
Dude, we're not doing that. We'll be here all frickin' night. Ugh. All right. So episode 4, Darth disses the Death Star.
Really?
That one got me for, yeah. Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force. Yeah. First of all, the technological terror alliteration is pretty silly coming from Darth Vader. Second, destroying a planet is insignificant. Alderaa's Department of Tourism probably wouldn't call it insignificant. And Bubba returns.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
Palpatine did conquer the galaxy because he was so powerful with the Force. So I think Vader had a point there.
Yeah, I don't think it's a stupid line. I mean, maybe destroying a planet is insignificant. Like, I don't think that's very intelligent, but I don't necessarily think that's a dumb line.
I'm trying to think of a worse one in that movie, though.
I Into the Garbage Chute Flyboy. I mean, like, the movie seems to work pretty good if you ask me. Oh,
Leia,
I know.
Maybe with the whole like we have no time for sympathies, like your a whole fucking planet just blew up. Like there's billions dead. Maybe we got at least 10 seconds to be like that sucks.
KXM. Sup, Bubba? Bubba's trying to get some screen time tonight. Dude, I've totally got it. There's a much dumber line. Jabba, you're a wonderful human being.
Oh God, if you're going special edition, then yeah.
Well, it's the only thing you could really think of, you know? I mean, it's
McClunky.
McClunky. McClunky rules, man. There's nothing wrong with McClunky.
I choose to believe that is like the N-bomb of the Star Wars universe. I want to know. I want to believe that's why he got shot.
Who you calling McClunky, McClunky?
Right?
Oh my God. Could you imagine? Like these are all just like the biggest slurs that they can come up with, and you know, there's some code
they
to
were in the
figuring them out.
droid-hating bar. Maybe that's like the N-bomb of droids. Like because they were calling clankers in the Clone Wars. So
Clankers, yep.
What's up, McClunka?
Oh my God. All right, so Empire Strikes Back, Episode 5. Make up your mind, Luke. This one I didn't really get, but then you know. All right, so I'll just give you this one.
Yeah.
That armor's too strong for blasters. So basically, the reason they say that is because they're shooting it with blasters, nothing works. But then they finally take one down with the cables, and like two shots to the neck, and boom. Yeah. So
I don't know. I still think General Riken with a death mark's not an easy thing to live with. That's got to be dumber, right?
Well,
I mean, it's a death mark.
Even
You're
that
marked
makes
for death.
It's not an easy thing to live with. I mean, it's not like hemorrhoids bad, but I mean, it is pretty. It does suck, you know. Like,
people trying to kill you is a hard thing to survive.
Yeah,
Thanks.
but it's not. But it's not as bad as bleeding from your pee hole, I suppose. Like, like they start naming things that are worse. Yeah. What about shitting from your eyes? Yeah, that's pretty bad too. Yeah, that's like just go through this long list. He's like, dude, I gotta get out of here. Like, are you done now? I gotta go find Leia and try and make out with her.
I don't know. Being a sentient rock would be pretty shitty.
No, what if the Rock was supposed to be in every Star Wars movie, but because it's a rock, it's just like waddling like a penguin and it takes forever to get places. So like all the action is done by the time he gets there.
It's like a Max Rebo in Robot Chicken. Oh man, walk all the way across the desert, man. Gotta kick tonight, man. Oh my God. All right, so Return of the Jedi. Over this picture it says, for a ghost, Obi-Wan is a jerk. See, I don't know that some of these are necessarily bad lines. Like, I really don't.
Well, what the whole like, your sister remains safely anonymous.
No. I mean, you're.
I mean, it's the same probably. Well, I think he's only in that one scene, right?
Yeah. So this line is meant to be about, so what I told you was true from a certain point of view. Yeah.
No, that was the debut of the retcon, actually. I think we might be able to credit George Lucas with the retcon. I think he made that a trope.
Yeah. Was that, yeah, Luke should have dropped everything until he could find a way to smack Obi-Wan's Force Ghost. Go back to A New Hope and watch Obi-Wan's face when he tells Luke about Anakin. You can see the lie brewing before Kenobi opens his mouth. Even if you ignore that and choose to accept Kenobi's contention that Anakin died when he became Vader, what he tells Luke in A New Hope is still a lie. Kenobi initially tells Luke that Darth Vader, not Anakin, was a young Jedi and a pupil of his, while according to Kenobi's certain point of view, Vader doesn't exist until Anakin stops being a Jedi. Yeah. There's no point of view from which Obi-Wan wasn't lying, except from the point of view of being big stupid liars. Just admit it, dude. You're a ghost. No one can ground you. So, KXM. I know a lot of ghosts that are jerks. Joseph Wren, disappear we will. Oh my God. All right, so episode 7. Above this picture, it says, "Stop being creepy, Finn."
Shit, I don't even remember that.
I got this one kind of quickly. I was kind of surprised I did, but I think it's because like the picture is like basically almost him saying the line.
Is it, you got a boyfriend? Cute boyfriend?
That's exactly what it is. Oh. That's the one. You nailed it. Yeah, that's.
I guess that's, I don't know. Episode 7, I especially feel like has some pretty bad lines in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah, that's. I mean, I won't even. You know, he's just. The explanation just kind of rambles a little bit, and it is dumb. Like, got a boyfriend, cute boyfriend. Like, even in the theater, I was like, "What the hell was that?" So, not a giant fan of that. So, all right, let's see. Moving on to episode 8. Above this picture, it says, "Rose, you are incorrect." So we know it's a Rose line, not the Rose line from Da Vinci Code. Excellent novel. And if you haven't heard it before or read it, you can get a free copy of it, an audiobook download from audibletrial.com/NHC.
Good job.
An in-show promo.
Very, very organic. I like that.
I know.
That's a good segue. No, I don't think they're talking about the worst Rose line, because the worst Rose line has got to be, "I'd like to put my fist through this entire beautiful town."
You know, it's
Yeah,
funny that
that's
it's funny that they didn't use that one. No, this one is, "That's how we're going to win. Not fighting what we hate, saving what we love." Yeah,
That's more cringy than bad, though.
yeah. It's a beautiful way for Rose to reveal her feelings for Finn, but the sentimentality is a little over the top. Saving what we love is not, in fact, how the heroes of the Star Wars saga generally defeat the enemy, though it usually is a benefit. They win by blowing up the things trying to destroy what they love, like droid control ships, Death Stars, Starkiller bases, or, you know, the cannon Finn was trying to destroy.
Right?
Yeah, who'd have thunk?
Don't forget, she tried to save him by crashing into him headlong. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Did you really have great expectations for that though?
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm
Man.
hovering over the button. Do we punt him? Do we punt him for that?
No, that was a good one. That was a damn good one, man. Wow.
All right, yeah.
Gizmo's tuning in. What's up, Gizmo? Hope all's well with you too, man. Good to see you. Yeah, that was, wow. That was really, that was a good one, Steve.
I had to make sure I could sneak one in.
Ooh. Man, that was a good one.
Was that your first order of business?
Jeez, oh man. This is getting so bad.
All right, we gotta get through this. Come on now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let this happen. I'm not putting up any more
Just
resistance.
keeps getting worse all the time.
All right. So the final movie, The Rise of Skywalker. Above this picture, it says, "Want some wine with that cheese, Lando?" And it's
I
wine
just thought it was
spelled
a GIF of the entire movie.
No. So wine is spelled W-I-N-E. It's not like wine, like he's whining. So, want some wine with that cheese, Lando?
We had each other.
You got it again. That's it.
He doesn't have many lines, and
I
especially
was
not
gonna
bad
say,
ones.
I'm like, I can
Lando
really only
bright
picture
spot in that movie.
Yeah. How'd you do it? Defeat an empire with almost nothing? Lando responds, "We had each other. That's how we won." Poe seems inspired by Lando's words, and you really shouldn't. They'd belong on a bumper sticker and nowhere else. Lando's words offer an utterly empty platitude. Apparently, they give Poe the inspiration to ask for help from allies, but wouldn't he have done that anyway? Who wouldn't? Not to mention that, while Lando eventually redeems himself, a cheesy sentiment like "we had each other" is kind of weird coming from the guy who ultimately abandons Han in Solo, and in The Empire Strikes Back turns his friends over to Darth Vader and Boba Fett. Not even kidding. Yeah.
Well,
I was actually okay with it until that.
In that exact same scene, had Lando said, "Well, I had capes and Colt 45," it wouldn't have hit the same way.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it'd be interesting to see if we can come up with like dumber lines than the ones that are in that article, but
I'm sure we can make them.
some of them are pretty dead on. I really wonder if we weren't on the spot for time, if you guys could have gotten those. I got about half of them.
I think if I saw the article and had the picture, the little bit of visualization would have helped me try to figure it out. Because like even that last one, I'm like, I'm really only picturing Lando in like 2 scenes, and I'm like, when the hell would he have said that? So.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw that one, I was like, are they going to really like say that Wookiees always stand out in a crowd? Is that going to be? Because I'm going to put my fist through the screen. like that's crap, man. That's a great line. But all right. Well, on that note, why don't we close up shop for tonight? That was interesting. We've learned about Jedi rocks and parasol lightsabers, and yeah, the dumbest line in each Star Wars movie, and we had some awesome puns.
At least I know what AJ's got to make for the thumbnail now. A rock with a parasol. So
just make it like the worst Photoshop ever. Seriously.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. I think I can make that happen.
Could you? Oh my God! All right, well, we're gonna jump out of here. So thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Nerf Herder Council. We are live. Oh, you got something? All right.
Well, we actually know what we're doing for our next episode, so you make sure you tell everybody.
Who's we? I don't know what we're doing for our next episode.
All right, Steve, you know what we're doing for our next episode, so why don't you tell everybody?
We're playing Cards Against Star Wars again.
That's right.
On a Wednesday?
And we're going to make sure that the microphones work. Yeah, we'll still cut it. We'll do 60, 70 minutes, whatever the hell. It's not going to be long, drawn out.
Yeah, we're doing lightning round.
Hey, just let it ride. Go for it. All right. Yeah, I didn't know we were doing that.
Yeah, we'll go to we don't care what the hell we're doing anymore. Which
all right.
We'll get back to like talking about anything, important about Star Wars next month. We're just kind of screwing off this month.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about important Star Wars when there's important Star Wars to talk about.
So KXM says, have a good week, guys.
Have a guest on our next episode.
Yes. KXM, have a great night, man. Good to see you. He says, have a good week, guys. Joseph Wren says, I wasn't invited. Like, maybe we should have a special guest host on that one. We'll have Joseph Wren jump in.
Well, that'll be 5 people then.
Yeah, there we go. We can do that. We'll have to hit you up, man. We could definitely do that. So, all right.
We'll make something work.
Yeah. So we are live every other Wednesday on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And our next show will be Cards Against Star Wars. So it'll be Wednesday, October 27th at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tune in for that. You can play along with us if you want to. Throw your stuff in the chat. So, yeah. Don't forget, we are anywhere you can find all of your podcasts. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, all those great places. Just Google the Nerf Herder Council, and you will find us. If you'd like to catch video replays of the show, you just go to our YouTube page. And as we said, we are brought to you by Audible. Go to audibletrial.com/NHC for your 30-day trial and a free audiobook download. And go buy your very own I Am Listener 23 shirt, as KXM Scary did, at shop.nerfherdercouncil.com. The show Twitter page is at NHC Podcast, so give us a follow. And if you're watching on YouTube, click that like and subscribe button, or was it smash that like and subscribe button or something, I guess.
Yeah.
Just beat the holy hell out of it.
Yeah. So you'll get notified when we go
Isn't
live
that
and do
what the
stupid
kids
stuff
say
like tonight.
Nowadays?
I guess
Smash
so.
the like button.
Yeah. So subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. Thanks again for checking out another episode. Once again, I am your host, John. He is AJ. Oh yeah, I'm your host, John, at Dog Pound Jedi. Man, what am I doing? I'm your host, JT, at Dog Pound Jedi. He's AJ.
Hey, that's more like it. I am at Drake Adams 579.
And he is Steve.
I am Steve.
Hey,
at Nerf Herder Steve.
And we will
I am Groot.
I am Groot. All right, we'll catch you next time, guys. Later.